Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
We wanted to do something a little bit different because, you know, most of the stuff we talk about it's obviously consumer level.
Right.
It's for consumers, but it's a modeling after something that a lot of pros use. It's what's called a camera top monitor. If you've ever shot with camcorders or your DSLR, you know how small the screen is.
You're right, and really low resolution, or maybe it's not like bright enough.
And the color matching is normally pretty horrible. Well,
right.
Here at NAB, I took a look at some of these really high-end monitors, and these things are beautiful, up to 4K, that can really show you what you're shooting, which you need if you're going to do this seriously. If you want to generate actual content, it's kind of important to see what you're pointing the camera at.
So those are professional sort of monitors. Is this marketed more for the consumer, or is this also a professional product?
No, I mean this is definitely a prosumer or consumer product. This is, I mean, those professional monitors can run upwards of $10,000 and above. So
for a 4K tiny monitor, it's super expensive.
Exactly, which would be nice, but you're probably not going to be able to afford it. This is going to run you, about $200, $250, which is definitely in your price range. Now, there are a few standout features. First of all, it's the color. The screen on this is actually, it's really, really nice. I mean,
in this studio with lights hitting it, I can still see it very well.
Right, which is what you want. And I've got the brightness turned all the way down so that it actually shows up in the studio cameras. If you go ahead and switch to my frames, you can see it's got really good color saturation. We're talking about 840 by 480 screen, but it upscales all the way or downscales all the way from 1920 by 1440. So it will handle most 1080p plus cameras. Has an aspect ratio of 16 by 9, a 10 millisecond response time. It's got an LED backlight, 145 degrees of viewing. So you can rotate it in either direction. Up or down, left to right will give you 145, up and down will give you 130, and it will do PAL or NTSC. So it's going to work on pretty much any camera standard that you have. Now, the other things that I really like about this are the size. It's a 5-inch screen, but it's completely packed with every kind of feature you might want out of something that's going to be hooked up to your camera. Now, a lot of people are going to use this just so they get good color balancing off of their cameras. What I used it for here is it could be used for a 2-camera setup. If you ever wanted to run 2 cameras at the same time, or if you wanted to see what a camera looked like remotely, this is the ideal screen. Rather than dragging out a 10-pound monitor in order to get these kinds of shots, you could hook this up and be up and running in just a couple of seconds. It's also got pass-through, which is very strange. Again, if you go back to my camera, this is an HDMI pass-through. So you have HDMI in and HDMI out in case you want to pass it on to
another monitor.
Exactly. So you can daisy chain it. So say the director has a monitor and the producer has a monitor, maybe the PA has a monitor. And it also has video in and video out for BNC. So that's where it's kind of leaving the consumer market and heading up into the prosumer or even professional. Now this one is equipped with 6 AA batteries. That's what's inside this pack.
Oh, cool.
That it will chew through this in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's not great for that.
It's good that it has the option, though, if you're in a pinch and you need AA's.
Right. But you can take this off, and most cameras have a battery that will run the Marshall CT5, which means as long as you've got power for your camera, you've got power for your monitor. Now, one of the other things that this has, it has 2-watt speakers, although they're useless. Yeah. Seriously, it's so soft you won't hear it. Now, you can use the headphone jack if you want to be able to get a little bit of an audio trace off of whatever you're taping.
Right.
And
normally in the field, you want headphones anyway.
You want headphones anyways, right? Because again, if you're getting a monitor so you can get accurate color, you want headphones so you can get accurate sound. Yeah, it's really been a lifesaver. I didn't think I was going to like it, because it's yet another piece of gear that I have to.
How heavy is it?
Oh, no, this thing is, weighs just over 9 ounces. It's nothing at all. Yeah. In fact, most
of the batteries are going to weigh way more.
Exactly. Wait, let me see if I can get a decent shot here. Wait, there, that's right. Yeah. And it works in broad daylight. I've had this thing out in direct sunlight, and I can see the picture without a hood, which is kind of unheard of.
Right.
I've also, don't tell Marshall because this is a review unit, but I I dropped it down the stairs.
Uh-oh.
And no, not even
It's fine.
dented. Yeah.
Perfect.
It does have an attachment if you do want to add a hood. And it also has mounting points on the top and the bottom of the monitor, so you can mount
Tripod.
it up top on a
Right.
tripod, pretty much
Hot shoe.
anywhere
Right.
you like.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What are the pros and cons?
Well, on the pro side, I'd have to say the color on this product is fantastic. I really, really like the saturation. I love how bright this thing can get. Again, if you're going to be filming outdoors, you need something that's bright. I also like the size. You know, 9 ounces. It travels really, really well. It's really, really durable, incredibly easy to use. I mean, it's dumb simple. You plug something in, you turn it on, and it will show the picture. You can also do things like color temp. So if you are going to be color matching later on in your post-processing, you can set the monitor to give you the same levels and give you a bit more accurate, balanced color. On the con side, the power. Definitely the power. This is sort of the standard mount. 2 hours out of 6 AA batteries is not great, and you'll be burning through batteries like nothing. And unfortunately, the mount to put a camera battery on it is extra. I would have liked that instead.
Does it come with a DC power cable, or does that buy that?
No,
extra?
you have to buy that. You know, it's standard, but it's something else you'd have to buy. The other con that I've seen from time to time is, unfortunately, because this is an add-on to a lot of consumer cameras, what you find is the connection point in the back for the cable, it creates a lot of strain. And so what you'll see is, let's see if I
not really
can,
made for that.
Yeah, go to my camera and see if I can make this happen. Of course, it's not going to happen when I want it to happen.
But you'll get some jiggle a little bit.
Yeah, it will jiggle, and it's not going to happen this time, but you lose sync.
Right.
And then it takes a couple of seconds for it to reacquire, and that's kind of a pain in the butt.
And so you had mentioned price point was 200 and...
Yeah,
how much?
They retail for about $240, but I've seen them as low as about $180.
That's about a good piece, a new piece of equipment. That's about like how much the In4H, the audio recorder costs. So that's a good upgrade price, I'd say.
Yeah. So
buy, try it? Oh, go ahead.
Buy, try, or don't buy. I'd say this is definitely a buy.
Perfect.
You know, it's a niche market, but if you like to take video, or if you want a small monitor that you can even hook up to your laptop, because remember, it's an HDMI input, then $200 or so is actually a really good price for a really good piece of gear.